I'm Kevin Grier. I'm the principal over at Wells Middle School. I have a undergraduate degree in political science from the University of California, Irvine. I then went on to go and get my master's degree from Azusa Pacific University, and then also went on further to get a doctorate degree over at Azusa Pacific as well. I've really enjoyed the full scope of the K-8 experience and have really found a real passion for middle school students. There's a couple of good differences between a middle school and an elementary school experience for the child. In an elementary school, the setting's usually more of a self-contained classroom there with maybe one teacher for most of the day, maybe two if they do some rotational work for math groupings and things like that. When you come over to the middle school experience, you're exposed to about 5, 6, 7 teachers during your day, and so that really kind of gives you trying to get used to the personalities of each of those different teachers, and that can be kind of a fun and interesting time. Then there's also the fact that you have a lot of students all coming in from a variety of different elementary schools. So you have a real nice mixing of kids that I've seen on the sports fields or in church groups or over at Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. And so you have all of these groupings coming together. And on top of that, then there's usually a lot more of a social atmosphere too on the middle school. It's their first time where they're getting into clubs and some sport teams and some bands and activities that can go with the band groupings and things like that. So in terms of life, all of a sudden there's an academic side of things going on, and now you got a social side too, and so you're trying to learn how to balance the two of them and how to kind of handle the relationships that go along with that. I think in terms of having parents be helpful for their kids, one of the best ways to do it is obviously just constant communication with their kid. Ask them questions where they can't get away with a simple yes or no answer, like, what'd you do today? Nothing. That kind of thing. Find a way to phrase the question into, like, what were 2 things that you really learned in science today? How is that English assignment different from the one you used to do in elementary school? Find ways that you have to drag the questions out of them, which really helps. And be okay with the fact that you can be a nag with your child about their backpack and their organization and what do they need help with. Kids in middle school look like they want to break away from you and they want to pull away from the structured life and don't want someone over their shoulder. But in truth, in reality, they really do want you there, kind of on a peripheral. And in fact, if you're not there and if you don't offer them the structure and you don't have a set routine of how things happen and stuff, they get a little more nervous about life. And so it is actually really funny that they want to push you away at the same time they're wanting to pull you in. And so you just want to be there as the parent that is asking them all the time, what's going on. And a lot of times we find out that parents who have put in such a long time with the K-5 experience, and they say, wow, I'll take a break and back off from education for a little bit and kind of let my kid kind of learn on their own. I'll pick them back up in high school type thing. Boy, that's really a dangerous way to go. I would say just stay involved, stay hooked up, find a way to communicate with the school via email, via text, via cell phones, coming in person, however you want to do it. Stay connected with your kid as long as you possibly can, all the way through, because this would be the worst time to actually back off. Even if the kid seems like they're trying to push you away, they're really kind of still wanting in a way to send you a signal about, stay with me, just give me a little bit of latitude, not a lot, Mom and Dad. So that's my great advice for new middle school parents. I have never seen such a great dynamic group of kids in a long time, and I've been around a lot and I've seen a lot of great kids. And what's different about these kids here is they're very real, they're very fun, and kids, you guys make what happens here possible. It's your energy, your positive outlook on stuff that really just starts to drive the teachers and us to want to just really work for you guys and to really find the best way possible to get you guys learning and get you guys excited about being a part of your education. So the more energy and the more positive you guys can be about stuff, it just translates into more opportunities for you, because we'll just work that much harder for you. And I know personally, I have loved meeting so many of the kids out there, and I love the fact when they come up and they want to shake hands and greet, and they're very good about how they do their greetings, and it's so awesome. So Good job to the parents out there. Kudos to you guys for raising some super kids that are super polite and will be very well set up that way socially for the remainder of their lifetime. But it's been a great start to the year, and I'm really looking forward to just working wonders with everything that's going on here.